Speaker. And sometimes I ask myself, you know, the drafters of the Constitution, whether they did the right thing to surrender these hospitals to the governors, Madam Speaker. Because sometimes I ask myself, if they could not trust the governors with our education, because you see the governors, they don't have, it's not a function of county government when it comes to primary, high school, or even universities. They could trust the governors with our health, Madam Speaker. And that is something that we need to rethink, because health, first of all, is universal, and health is one of the most important things that we need to look into as a country. And I want to thank the Committee on Health, Madam Speaker, because we have taken some statements to them. They have embarked on visiting counties to see what the state of the hospitals in various counties, Madam Speaker. I know I have a statement with the Health Committee on the issue of health insurance for the employees of Kiambu County Government, and they were supposed to visit Kiambu County last week, but the committee postponed that due to reasons that I understand very well. So, Madam Speaker, I believe standing committees are the committees that are going to assist this Senate to do its oversight mandate. Because as I always say, the committee, CPIC and CIPA committees are mere morticians, Madam Speaker, because they only check what the Auditor General has said. If the Auditor General says this county had no fault at all, we will do nothing as those committees, Madam Speaker. But if we take our job seriously as the standing committees, and we visit our counties as the other committees have been visiting different counties, we are going to find that county governors and county governments are not doing what they're supposed to do, and we rectify and we take the necessary precaution. Instead of waiting for them to break the law, then we wait for the Auditor General, then the Auditor General to do a report to CPIC and CIPAC, and then we'll be looking at these reports a year later, 2 years later. Like now, we are looking into the issues that the previous governors, the crime or the mistakes the previous governors had committed, they're being now answered by this committee, by the current governors, Madam Speaker. As I conclude, Madam Speaker, and I'm saying that because I know these committees, Health Committee, Agriculture Committee, and other committees, Madam Speaker, without mentioning my committee, which is Roads and Transportation, if we are keen on protecting devolution, let's visit the counties. Next week, let's have the Environment Committee in Kiambu to check out why Kiambu is going to miss on FLOCA, the money for climate change, about over 110 million, Madam Speaker, just because, Madam Speaker, the governor there is refusing to comply. Madam Speaker, let's have the Agriculture Committee to go to Kiambu County and check the distribution of fertilizer, the chicks, and everything, Madam Speaker. Let's have the Energy Committee visit Kiambu, Madam Speaker, to check why the county government has refused the installation of street lights, Madam Speaker. Let's have the Education Committee, Madam Speaker, visit Kiambu and check how many ECDs that have been built in that county, Madam Speaker, because I believe we're being lied to, Madam Speaker. Let's have the Finance Committee of this Senate visit Kiambu, Madam Speaker, and other counties to find out why the county government has refused to pay pending bills worth 5.7 billion. Also to find why the county that has projected to collect 7 billion as own source revenue has only collected 1.6 billion, Madam Speaker. Let's have the Labour Committee visit Kiambu, Madam Speaker, and see why the promotion of employees in the county has been put on hold until 2026, Madam Speaker. Let the Land Committee, Madam Speaker, visit Kiambu County and find out why the people of Oderiwa Lari have not been given their land, yet they paid for that land, Madam Speaker. What I'm trying to say is, it is a high time we as the Senate, the Standing Committee, we redeem ourselves and we go to the counties, we meet the governors face to face and tell them they are doing injustice to the devolution that we have fought for, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Senator James Lomenen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to support a statement by Senator Cherengei Madam Speaker, as we supply subsidies, fertilizer subsidies to farmers, we should also remember that there are areas of North Rift or northern part of Kenya. We also need animal feeds. And these animal feeds,